Oh, shuck it, duck it.
Bum, 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 bum. What up, everybody? It's your girl, Melissa. Woo woo! It's Friday, y'all. Come on, we get that playlist started. I'm bringing someone right here into the house. Come on, King. Come on, King. Dun dun dun.
It's all good, beautiful. What's going on?
It's beautiful today. Let me tell you. Well, it's super hot today.
Am I cool with my glasses on, Melissa?
Yes, I love it.
Y'all like that? Y'all better come on now.
Yes, we're going to turn it on so we can see the everythings and the everythings.
We better go live here.
We are.
On Facebook.
Facebook Live, y'all. And I have an amazing guest today. His name is Ernest Washington. Come on, King. Come on. So excited to have you in the studio today. So I'm super excited, too, because it's my first time meeting you. Ernest has been one of the best on KUHS, a fan fave. Come on, somebody.
Come on, y'all.
And so I'm super excited that you chose to be on my show today.
Well, thank you, Melissa. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Always, darling.
And so super excited to have you on. For those that don't know you, you are a professional singer, a musician, an artist, a king. Come on.
Come on, now. Say it one more time, King, y'all.
Come on, King. Come on. Snap them fingers. Throw them snapping emojis in there. Come on, everybody. And so what's going on? What's happening? What's been happening?
This has been really busy since this pandemic. It gives me an opportunity to really focus on my upcoming album titled Your Love Is More Than I Bargained For. We were doing a lot of shows. Before this thing happened, we were starting a tour with my group called the Men of Funk.
Oh, come on.
Where we do all the old school funk, and that was going very well. Our last show was in Colorado Springs. We sold out there. And I also do tribute to Jeffrey Osborne and Barry White.
Awesome.
So we had a tribute show going on, and we was going to hit Chicago, Atlanta, and so on and so on. Since this thing happened, of course, all those things shut all the entertainers down. It's been kind of difficult for a lot of entertainers, such as myself. But there's some good thing happened.
Okay.
It allowed me to focus on trying to finish my album. So what I decided to do is put out a single every other month.
Yes.
And get to that final song. It's a very beautiful song. It's titled Your Love Is More Than I Bargained For, and I titled the album that one. But this new one, Melissa.
Who is that?
Oh, girl, I can't tell you. I don't be kissing and telling. What's up, Facebook? I'm with the Love Melissa, KUHS Radio Live Denver, y'all. What's up? So, this new song is called My Only.
Ooh.
I wrote this song, actually, a few years ago. I kind of got in my own way, basically trying to say, I just need to be perfect, this need to be perfect.
Yeah.
But again, since this pandemic happened, it allowed me to really sit back and start enjoying the music and the lyrics. The lyrics are very, very real.
Yes.
That's what I love about it. And the lyrics are basically talk about relationships, or say you're just going out with someone. It's nothing really, really serious at the time. You kind of like the guy, Melissa, right? You give him a little bit of play, girl.
Hello, King.
But Melissa, this is what happens.
They call me Sweet Melissa?
I know. See, that's what happened. You was too sweet for the tea. So what happened is you give him a little bit of tea, but you give him a little bit of tea, right?
I'll give you a little bit of tea.
A little bit of tea. But this guy wants to call you, Helene. Melissa, where you at? Where you been? Who you be with? And you like, cut that.
I'd be like, who you be
with? But he goes, well, you're the one I want to be with. I'm your only one. I can take you here, I can take you there. So it's one of those type of songs that a lot of folks out there in this world out here can relate to that. Deals with those type of relationships, be it a man with a woman with a man, or, man with a man, one with a woman. It doesn't matter. It's anyone who's in a relationship who's trying to build a relationship. This song relates to that, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. It's titled My Only. And it's bad,
only.
Girl.
Ooh, come on, and we're going to hear My Only today.
Yeah.
I mean, not My Only.
Really?
I mean,
My only.
My only.
I'm gonna say you.
Out there somewhere.
I don't know if you can handle me by being my only. Melissa said.
We're gonna get the sweet tea.
I'm gonna call you Lissa. Lissa.
Come on. You can call me Lissa. My only Lissa.
That's right.
And he gonna sing that today.
We're gonna sing. I'm gonna sing a little bit of that in this.
Yes.
Guess what? And we have a music video that that's coming out with the song. I'm very excited about the video. It's amazing. Johnny, Mr. Johnny from the Green Room here in Denver, Colorado's own. The brother is back. He's also an artist, a writer, and a producer. And he shot the video. He did an amazing job. So what we're doing is we're teasing everybody, giving them a little bit of trailer. And then we're going to release the whole video.
See, first he said, I'm going to give you a little tea.
Yeah, a little tea. Then
y'all going to be my only.
That's right.
And I'm going to tease you.
I'm going to tease you a little bit.
On the way there.
Mm-hmm.
See how he does? See how he does?
Yeah, Melissa got it perfect, y'all. Yeah.
So, writing your music, and you've been coming out with these songs lately. But, I kind of want to talk about that because I think, it's always your perspective, right? And although the pandemic, it's still happening and still going down, but when everything shut down, I think it gave a lot of time for us creatives, because I say that we're creatives, it gave us enough time to actually sit there and bring out a whole nother creative side of ourselves. So how do you think, that was? Do you think you would ever come out with these songs if this didn't happen?
I would have, but here's the thing. It's when.
Yeah.
It's when. Would I would want another year, another summer, to take time and really focus on what, the Most High has given me to really express my love for music and the gift. Like I said before, the lyrics, I write a lot of my songs on some of my experience. A little bit of it's true and some of it's a little bit fiction.
Yeah.
But mainly I listen to people's conversation when I'm entertaining. I might have someone in the bar, someone at the grocery store, I'm shopping, or just a couple of friends can call me and want to express what's happening in their relationship, what I think, and so on and so on. So I take a little bit of that, a little bit of my experience in life, and a little bit of fiction, and I put it together, and I think it's an amazing song. And the lyrics are very important to me. I know these days people listen to the beat a lot, but I believe that the lyrics are the #1 thing because people can relate to it. And I think the song will be, something that will be around for 30 or 40 years if we can relate to the music, just like Heat Wave and the Temptation. She used to be my girl, the Four Tops, treat her like a lady, So when the woman want to feel like, you know what, Maurice, here, put that song on. The Temptation tell you how it is.
My one and only. Come on.
So with this song, it tells you if you can't really give that guy the, you don't know exactly how to tell him, look, man, it ain't gonna happen. And you say you want to be my only, put Ernest Washington on.
So put him on, and then I want to know if I'm your only.
Yeah. What's up, people? How y'all doing? I'm here with the lovely Melissa, y'all.
Hey.
Hey, you see Melissa over there looking beautiful. We're live, y'all.
We're live, yes. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We have Mike on here, Felicia, Norma, Salvador, Patty, Michelet. There's more and more people. Sometimes, as you guys know, the lives, for some reason, it hides people who are tuning in. So if I miss you, forgive me. But hello, we love you, and thank you for tuning in to KUHS The Stream. And I have the wonderful Ernest Washington here today, and we are talking about his new music that is coming out, and about,
Come on now.
being my one and only. Okay, it's my only. But I'm just throwing that in there for y'all.
That's right, y'all.
We could have the one and only.
Right.
We don't know that yet.
I don't know
but
that.
I'm going to find this tea.
All right. Y'all better ask somebody.
Ask some questions in there. We be answering y'all questions today.
Yeah. Listen, I like to say one thing.
Yes.
My granddaughter in Arizona, she just turned 7. Papa wants to say happy birthday, beautiful. Her name is Layara.
Layara.
And Layara is very beautiful. And Layara is a singer also.
Oh, come on, Layara.
Layara plays the guitar.
We're going to
Papa
have you
loves
on,
you,
girl.
baby.
We're going to have you on.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
You didn't know I could sing, girl. Come on.
That's right. That's right.
Just kidding. That's my fake voice.
And I want to say hello to all the people in St. Louis, all my friends and family, all the people out there that are supporting the new song, the music. I love you. I greatly appreciate your support. God bless. When we get to going.
So tell me, because, you know, I know a little bit about you.
Okay.
And, you know, there's different shows on here, so new listeners might be listening to you.
Absolutely.
How did you get started? Where did you start off?
Well, I started as a young man, well, young boy now. I'm a young man now.
He's still young. Oh, come on, King. Young.
I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. Some people already know I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. And a shout out to my people back home in St. Louis. I started off as a percussionist.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't really know I could sing. And from there, I used to do little songs, and it's nine sisters and brothers in our family, so we used to have talent shows.
Yeah.
And I would sing, and my other brother, Mark, who's a little bit older than I am, we would get in there, and they would say, "Oh, he won, you know, you can't sing better than him." Of course, Mark can't sing, but anyway. So, I love it, brother.
You keep singing, Mark. You keep singing, kid. About that passion.
So I decided, that's where I got my percussion. So I remember in low school, grade school we grew up with, we had a talent show, and it was a big thing to beat the 8th graders. We were 7th graders at the time. And we sang this song by The Temptations, Shining Star. No, Earth, Wind, and Fire, I'm sorry, Shining Star. My brother David Burgess is on there, he was with me. And Jeffrey Hart and the rest of those guys. So we won that contest, we won the trophy, and we were excited. So my principal at the time said, "Ernest, you have a beautiful voice. Make sure you get into the choir when you get into high school." So I decided to do that. I kept my word. And behold, I didn't know I had the voice, and I was the first freshman ever and at Central High School to get the solo. For we were the state champion. So I went to sing, we did a show with the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra. I studied classical opera and also represented the state of Missouri at the NAACP Olympics.
Awesome, amazing.
Yeah. So, and from there I moved to Denver and became a saute chef.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on. See?
Yeah, cook a little bit too. I can sing and cook.
He gonna sing and cook for you, girl.
Yeah.
Come on,
Hercules.
I'm throwing that out there. Come on, somebody. You know, because we don't know the tea yet.
Yeah.
He might be available.
That's right.
He is.
That's right.
Y'all, you could be his only.
Absolutely. And so from there, I started working, being a cook and everything, and started getting into different contests here in Denver, Colorado. And from there, I was chosen to be on the Ed McMahon Star Search.
Okay.
I went to the finals and tied with another guy, and that was that. And then I went over and did the Apollo. I won the Apollo.
What? You gotta go to the Apollo?
Yeah, I won the Apollo. It was amazing.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Did you rub the little stump thingy?
I almost forgot. Let me tell you, I'm glad you brought that up. So I went there and I took the bus out there, and I was excited. I had just finished Star Search, and it was a great experience meeting Ed McMahon. The experience that I had with that is when I had my own makeup artist, my own wardrobe, and when the producer said, "Mr. Washington, please follow me," and took me up to my own dressing room, and to see my name with a star on it. The dressing room was almost 2 sizes of this room here. And I remember I think I was 28 years old, and I called my mother just crying. I said, "Mom, I made it." And she said, "It's okay, baby." She goes, "Remember when you used to run home from school around 7, 8, 9 years old and watch Star Search and say, 'I'm going to be on there one day'? I forgot about the mother remind me." So just the opportunity to be chosen to be on such a great TV show at that particular time.
Yeah.
And then from there, 2 months later on Apollo, winning Apollo, and also getting a chance to sing with Regina Bell.
Oh, come on.
I also had an opportunity to sing with the Temptations.
That's amazing.
And I did a New Year's show with the old group called Slave. You remember Slave? Slide, oh baby, baby, slide. Why don't you slide?
I was sliding. Come on.
Oh yeah, those guys. I've been blessed, Melissa. I've had some opportunities, man, that was so amazing. And so from there, I keep pushing. So I tell everyone, if you have a dream, only time you fail is when you stop.
Mm-hmm.
you don't fail if you try to achieve. It doesn't work this time. You keep pushing.
Yeah.
So it's been great. It's been great.
That's amazing. Okay, so tell me the story about you almost forgetting to rub the.
Oh, Apollo, and you know when I get there 2 days prior to the show. I find a hotel. It's my first time in New York City. And,
come on.
Yeah.
You know how that is.
Oh, yeah. Let me take these glasses off. You know, I'm trying to be cool, child, but I got to make sure I look at Melissa real good. So, anyway.
Come on, child.
So, I'm in New York. And I'm a little nervous and everything about everything. So, and for some weird reason, I caught a little itchy throat. And I'm like, oh, God, I can't do this. So, I walk around New York. I get some tea and honey and found this really nice hotel. It was like family-owned, Italian, very clean and just neat. So I got in my little room, steamed and everything, and took the tea. Walked up to, I caught the, what do you call that train to New York?
Yeah.
They said, like, over there.
The subway?
Oh, God. People be careful, you get robbed. Yeah. I'm from St. Louis. So, you know, I just put the mean mug on and kept going. Nobody bothered me. So I get there, right?
Mine was the confused look.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
They're like, don't bother.
So I get in there, and the lady shows me around. And she goes, this is where you're going to be at tomorrow. I'll be at this certain time, and this is the address, blah, blah, blah. So I get there a little bit early. Because, you know, I wasn't sure, so I got almost 3-4 hours early. So I didn't know that the guests, that the entertainers have to meet in the basement. This lady, I had so much favor, she gave me the room upstairs where all the big celebrities at.
Oh.
So I fell asleep there. She goes, go ahead and rest, sir. You need anything to drink? And I'm like, wow, I must be really special. So when it's time to come, she comes and says, Mr. Washington, it's time the show start. All the artists and the actors and the comedians are meeting down in the green room. So I go down to the green room, and all these guys, people telling jokes, so on and so on. And I'm quiet. How you doing? I'm Ernest, and I'm drinking my tea, and I'm like, oh God, and just felt raspy. It wasn't correct. And I just, So of course, you know, I started praying and meditating, and I just said, you know, I'm gonna do my best. So I was so focused. I had a great teacher by the name of Mr. Walter Young, great teacher. He's like a father I never had. So he taught me a lot of things of how to train my voice and how to prepare and relax.
Yeah.
Because one thing about singing is when we're uptight, it tightens up all our vocal muscles.
Oh, okay.
So take the nervousness out and do that. So I'm gonna get you. I'm long-winded. So anyway.
Oh, you're fine. I'm long-winded.
Right. So here's the thing that made me nervous. It's a guy before me that went on and he sang this old song, right? He sang this old blues song. But what happened? They didn't allow him to sing. He goes, hey, yeah, baby. You know, I want you to know that I'm a man. And he's talking. He couldn't even get finished. Boo! You just heard everybody just booing. So they get really a kick out of booing people. So my song that I chose to sing by Larry Graham, 1 Million You. When I start the song off, I go, there's no saying that lovers come and lovers go. Tonight I want you to know that my love is 1 in a million, right? So, you're so bad. So by me doing the talk thing, I go, should I not talk or just going through the song? I said, no, don't change what you're gonna do. So I'm so focused. Don't grunt too much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's from Denver, Colorado, Ernest Washington, blah, blah, blah. Give him a round of applause. And I walk out, and the girl, I walk past the log, and the guy go, hey, man, you better run that log. He said, man, you will get booed off. I go, oh, God. So I ran the log and everything, and ran back out. He said, bro, you'd have got booed straight up. So this is something very serious.
Yeah.
So I go out there and I start performing. I start saying, there's an old saying, and I hear these guys. The guys love the boo. The guys back there, I heard this booing just start building.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh. And all of a sudden, when I got to the part, and my love is 1 in a million, and I heard the girls go, shut up. So I started singing. And I got up to about the second verse. And this lady, they used to call her Miss Apollo. She had a jerry curl.
Okay.
Yeah, she would sit in the front. She was an older lady. And she's basically the one who leads the crowd to say, boo or no boo. So the ladies start clapping, and they, yeah. And then Miss Apollo gets up. There's one part in the song where I really go like this really high octave. And when I did that, she stood up. And this is a true story, though. Miss Apollo, they called her. When I hit that note, she grabbed my ankle, the lady had the Holy Ghost, and she started shaking and fell back. I am not.
She took her to the hospital.
Stand ovation, I won. So I won that, and it was amazing because I guess I had the Holy Ghost running through me, girl.
She was like, oh, let me be the one in a million.
Yeah, so that was, you know, Star Tours was great, but Apollo was really an experiential. A lot of legendary people, from you know, James Brown to Barry White to Luther Vandross, just to name a few.
Yeah.
And to be on that same stage, it was amazing.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta hit us with that one note. Come on.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Love has played his games on me so long, I started to believe I'd never find anyone. Don't try to convince me to give in. Oh, Melissa, you can win.
Come on, I'm waiting.
But one day the sun came shining through. I ain't gonna give it a hard one, y'all.
Okay, girl. Miss Apollo, I know.
All right, yeah.
And so, I hear you talk about your mom. Your mom was a big encourager.
Oh, my mom was a great encouragement. Mother, single mom with 9 sisters and brothers, very hard worker, 2 and 3 jobs. My mom sang around the house. She never pursued singing. And so, my mom, I really get my singing from her. She won't say it, but that's where I got it from.
Come on, Mama. Come on.
And Mom is a very strong woman. And her name is Sylvia.
Come on, Sylvia.
And Mom always told me to be a strong man, be very strong, determined, believe in yourself, and she told all of us that. But I was a mama's boy. I stayed with my mom like I was her shadow. But I really think, I love you, Mom. I really thank my mother for really standing my life and being strong and being determined and making sure that I stayed on the right track. Mama wasn't having it.
Yep.
You gonna get on the right track. Mama gonna beat you from wherever you from all the way back to the house.
She'll give you that look.
Oh yeah. Mama didn't play.
That look.
Mama did not play. Mama didn't play from grade school to high school. Mom came to grade school one time where I wasn't doing my homework, and I thought she was asleep. My mom played sleep. She played possum on you. Mom come up to the school, and something just told me to look at the door. My mom was peeping in the door, and she had this big, thick leather belt hanging out of her pocket. And man, look, I stopped talking to everybody. And she said, "Oh my God, this is the first time you ever finished his work."
I'm watching. They're like this.
Oh, yeah, my mother would have gave me the beat down. So thank you, Mother. I love you.
Mama, I see you watching through there. So, what are some of your favorite songs that you've done, that you've covered, or that you wrote yourself?
Well,
or
some of my favorite songs, Melissa. My artist is Nat King Cole.
Okay.
When I fall in love, it will be forever.
Oh.
Oh, I'll never fall in love in the moment. So anyway, Nat King Cole, Al Jarreau, we're in this love together. We got the kind that'll last forever.
Forever.
Love some Al Jarreau. God bless his soul as well. Lou Ross, you'll never find another love like mine. Someone who loves you tender like I do. Lou Ross, Ella Fitzgerald, of course. I ain't gonna try to sing her. Ella's up there. And of course, James Ingram and Jeffrey Osborne.
Okay.
Yeah. Every time I move, I lose. When I look, I'm in. Yeah. Every time I turn around, back in love again. I'm in love again. When it's alright, I'm back in love. Melissa, when you put your arms around me, oh yeah, I feel so satisfied.
Oh, one and only. Oh, come on.
We ain't no good, y'all. We crazy up here.
It's so good, so fun up here. Yes. Let me jump back in there. Some of our confidence. Sylvia, hello, hermosa.
Hello, lovely Sylvia. Hello, darling. Buenos, ¿cómo estás?
And Michelle in here. So her name's Michelle, but I always call her Michelle.
Oh, yeah? Michelle.
That's how I was introduced to her.
Oh.
And so I thought that was actually her name. And it's actually Michelle, but so I've always stuck with Michelet, so it's Michelet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so thank you to our viewers who are tuning in. Like always, thank you guys for joining us and giving us time on the airwaves and bringing us into your homes, into your car, your job, wherever you might be. We always thank you here on Ignite with Melissa and KUHS The Stream. And so, let me ask you, what are some of the difficulties as an artist?
Woo!
That you go
I don't think we have enough time.
Too many to say.
Well, some of the things is what I experience. I love the people and the musicians that I work with. They're great musicians, but they can be difficult.
Yeah.
I can be difficult, so we all can be difficult. But just out there, really trying to do the right music for the right crowd. Getting sets together that would work for that particular show, that particular night, and just making sure that your show is fresh all the time, and that you're on top of your game. For me, I like to stay in shape for my vocal purposes, for my health purposes, and just making sure you got the right stuff for the right people, making sure you can't please everyone.
Nope.
But I find it that I try to be as accommodating to my fans that come out, and I thank them every night. Like I said before, when you don't show up, there's no me. You know, thank you. They could have spent their time anywhere they chose to, but they chose to spend their evening with me. So just like tonight, I'll thank you guys for tuning in. But that's been some of my things, and just trying to stay on top of my game, learning new music, making sure that I'm performing the music that the fans are looking for me to perform. So.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm trying to stay sharp, girl. You know.
Cause you know he out there, he eyeing in the crowd. You
That's
know,
right. That's right. Cause Henry ain't gonna have it. Cause if I slop, Henry gonna tell me. He gonna, Ernest, we can't have you on the show no more, brother. You slipping.
Give the eye look back here. Come
on. Yeah.
And so this right here is your video, out now that you guys did.
Yes.
Oh, come on, Q. Right here, my only. See that, and move that slick move. I know some girls be jealous right now with that girl coming in. and so I know you're gonna give us a little snippet today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I would love to hear it.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. I think the song is playing on that one. So if you guys want to play the song, I can kind of play with it a little bit. Or what you want me to do?
Let's see.
What do you guys want me to do? Tell me what you want me to do. Hello to everyone. Greta, James, what's up?
Well, I don't know if you really want them to tell you what to do.
I know, right?
This is a G-rated show. Come on, somebody.
Ain't no twerking, y'all.
Just come on back, that thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, I have Yo Master in here.
Okay.
Let's see
what's that. Teresa, what's up? James, what's going on, y'all? Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoying the music, enjoying the interview.
Okay. Oh, wrong one. No?
Girl, you better bump that.
Call me his baby. Come on, girl. Come on. That's why she gives me that look. Yes. Amazing, amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So you heard it there, y'all, on Ignite. I don't want to say first.
Thank you, everybody.
Ignite, but you heard it there on Ignite with Melissa, my only. It wasn't with Melissa, it was my only. But it was my only.
My only. That's right.
So what do you have coming up soon? Do you have, are you guys going to be able to come out and perform soon?
As of right now, Melissa, I'm not sure. What I do have, I'm releasing another single.
Oh.
It is called 2.0 Cruising. And that'll be out in about another month or so, month and a half. We're going to let this marinate a little bit, let people enjoy this one right here. And so that song is part of the album. Then we have, I'm just going to keep it moving. But as of right now, I think the only thing we probably ever do is some private home shows, if that. Okay. But what I plan on doing is constantly putting out music for the beautiful people such as yourself and the people around the world, and hoping that they enjoy what the music I'm putting out.
And so where can people go to find your music?
They can go on Facebook. The link is on Facebook. Also, you can go to my website at Book, that's a B-O-O-K, bookewlive.com. It will be on my Facebook page and everything. So again, you can go to bookewlive.com. I do have a post on Facebook also they can find. Next week, they'll be able to find it on Spotify and just a few other places. Right now, we wanted to go ahead and put it out so people can be available to download the song. And if you guys, all these purchases will go toward my completing my album. So to download is $2.99. If your heart touches and you love the music, I appreciate it if you guys be able to. There's a plot where you can donate a little bit more and be an exclusive person to get that first release in September.
Ooh, September. Come on, and you're going to have to come back on the show in September. Do a pre-release.
You ain't ready for that one. You ain't ready for that one.
I'm ready.
I don't know if you're ready for that one, girl.
I'm ready.
I don't know if you're ready for that one.
I don't know if you're ready for me. Come on.
I don't know if you're ready for that one, y'all. You think she's ready for that one? I don't know if she's ready for that one.
I'm ready. I'm like, King, come on,
Melissa ain't
King.
ready for that one.
Come on down. I'm like, sweet Melissa.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It does that. That's them crazy people. Did it die?
No.
Resume?
Resume. I
Okay.
must have hit something. Sorry.
No,
See?
you're good.
See, it wasn't. I said his
It
phone
was
wasn't
Melissa.
ready. He wasn't
Melissa.
ready.
She said, "You want to be."
But I'm excited for everything, and I just want to put out there because, you know, anytime you support an artist or someone local, someone that you love. Okay, you said $2.99 to download, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, I know y'all be out there getting them Starbucks like 4 times a day.
Come on, Melissa.
So if you could get 4 Starbucks or even 1 Starbucks for $5, you gotta get out there and support your local artists. Support their music, because let me tell you, this music is amazing. And where do you get genuine, authentic lyrics, music from the heart, right? And we were talking about this earlier on the show about, you know, and not that we're dogging music, because don't take it that way. Everybody always takes things out of context. Not that you're dogging other music, but when you get those heartfelt songs, and you know it, because you guys could feel it in the beat, and you know it, even with this song, you feel it, you are listening to the words, and the beat is just one of those bonuses on top of it, but you could genuinely feel it, and you support those artists. What is $2.99, y'all? I'm telling y'all, if you can't get out there and support your local artists, I don't know what y'all doing. I hope the next Starbucks you drink freezes on you, okay? When you sip it through the straw, it don't come through, you know, it falls over. No, I'm just joking. But, but you know, get out there, support your local artists, guys, and make those extra donations. You know, we love our artists, and we love all that you guys do, and it's not an easy thing. I think a lot of times people think that no matter what type of creative you are, you know, artists, that it's just simple and it's just like that and things all come together.
Absolutely.
But it takes time, it takes money, it takes resources, just as in anything. And to get that beautiful product at the end that we love to hear, you know, it takes us as fans and believers and those that support in your dream to help out, right? Because just like you want people to help and support in your dream and what you do, or you support other people, support our local people.
Absolutely.
and support our local artists, because there's so much talent here, and you are an amazing talent.
Thank you.
And I just want to highlight you because, come on, King.
Come on now.
Put in those donations.
Thank you ahead of time, everyone.
I'm going to thank you in advance. But y'all, I'm going to throw in my dibs in there, okay?
Come on now.
Because after you put in your support, download, we ain't only going to find the T and find the my only. We going to get it all, y'all. See, it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming.
And it's be like, oh, it's for the way you look.
It's the way you look tonight.
See, I'm going to find the T for y'all. See, so that's why we got to keep helping support. Because he's going to just give us little trails and little bits. But you know Melissa's got to find it. I got to find the sweet tea in there.
Come on now. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. Melissa ain't playing, y'all.
I'm playing. I'll find it. And I'll bring it back on and be like, all right, I know what this first song meant.
That's right.
I know why that girl was giving you that look.
She was like,
Uh-huh. You better start singing. You better start singing now. Be like, no, puppy.
Whatever, puppy.
Mira, I'm gonna have to drink my water.
That's right.
Y'all, drink your water. Mind your business.
Drink your water. Mind your business, y'all. We love y'all. We really appreciate that,
yes.
man. We really do. And please go out there and just listen to the song. Again, as the lovely Miss Alyssa had mentioned, you can go to my website, bookewlive.com, or Ernest Washington. If you're not on my page, friend me. You can see it on Facebook, and in another week it'll be on Twitter, Spotify. So thank you again for your support and your love. Go ahead and drop those dollars up in there, them 10s and 20s and 50s and all that. And be my exclusive person that can get the song before anyone else gets it. When you do drop that, send me your email in, and I'll give you that next hit that's coming out in a month or so.
And on top of that, he don't know it, but I'm telling you right now, I'm going to just throw this in here because you want to ignite. I'm about to ignite your sales. I'm about to ignite everything up.
Nothing else to do with y'all.
Y'all go download that song, okay? I'm going to know who downloads the song because it tells you who downloads it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all go download that song, right, today. Those of you who are watching. Actually, I'm going to give you the weekend because it's 4th of July weekend. And y'all girl is feeling, some type of way. So go download. I'm going to get the names of all of those that downloaded the song over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And when your album comes out,
Mm-hmm.
y'all are going to get an exclusive with him, signed album.
That's
your
right.
girl is going to make sure that it happens, and the song will be dedicated just to you. So y'all get out
listen
there,
those.
download, and again, we're going to find the sweet tea. Okay.
A little sweet tip in the house.
We're going to find that sweet tea.
That's right.
So I want to ask you, what is like somebody, there's a lot of artists out there that we look to, and I know there's probably a lot of artists that have inspired you. I know your mom's inspired you and
Absolutely.
pushed you. But what is something maybe someone said or a quote or an artist that has said something that's inspired you, that's always stuck with you, that you'd want to share with our audience, that maybe it would inspire them too?
Actually, a few artists. I know one of the lead singers from first episode, it was basically Regina Bell. She said, as you get into this business, you're gonna hit some rough spots, but you truly have to work hard. You have to work harder than the next person. You have to really work hard to be the best that you can be. And Pat LaBelle and I think it was Pat LaBelle and Rita Franklin had made a statement that when you get too comfortable on stage and you don't get nervous, it's time for you to retire.
So good.
You will get nervous. If you feel you're going to get nervous, you're not nervous and you're not anxious, that means the drive is not there and you're not going to put the passion. And they said always have passion in what you do. And Otis and the Temptations, when I did a show with them, and that was the most wonderful experience I've had, because that movie, The Temptations, that came out 2 months prior, and I said I would love to meet the only original Last Temptation living, and that's Otis. And I am not joking, people out there. 3 months later, I was in Las Vegas performing with Otis.
Ah, that's amazing.
What happened, I met a friend of mine, had a studio downtown Denver, and he said a lady came in and she was trying to shoot a demo for her granddaughter to get a deal at Motown, and she was good friends of Otis from The Temptation, and she needed someone to help her niece with her voice. And I'm like, everybody said they know somebody. He goes, no, man, she's serious. Okay, well, I was managing a jewelry store, so I had someone cover for me for like 3-4 hours, whatever. So I said, okay, let me check this lady out. So I head down to the studio downtown, and I walk in and I introduce myself. She tells me who she is, and introduce to her niece. And so I listen to her niece, and I go on there and give her, because I do get voice lessons, so I give her a little voice lessons, a little breathing technique, how to drop her notes, certain things like that. So I took about an hour going back and forth, and she goes, how did you do that within an hour? I paid this guy thousands of dollars in California, and he couldn't even get it right. I said, because I'm passionate about what I do. In return, she called Otis and said, I know. I said, you don't know Otis. She goes, yes, I do. She called him on the phone. Hey, Otis, blah, blah, blah. I have a guy here who's a great singer, and he helped out my niece, and he's a big fan of yours. He would say hi to you. And you guys laugh at me. So she put Otis on the phone. I'm like a giddy girl, like, she said, say something on the phone, like, because the reason it was so real, because I just saw this guy and spoke it in the universe that I would love to meet him. It's Otis from Temptation, blah, blah, blah. So he sent us a plane ticket, and the following month we were out there performing.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys, what they portrayed him in the movie, such a nice, kind guy, that's how he is for real.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yep.
Do you have a recording of that?
I don't have, I tried to find the lady. She has a recording. I haven't seen her in years.
Oh, if you out there, girl.
If you out there, doctor, I forget her last name. She's a doctor.
Doctor
We need the video. We need the video. And plus then, I don't know, people weren't recording too much on that. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But the experience in my heart and my spirit, it's amazing. Otis, if you out there listening, And you remember Ernest Washington, right?
Oh, yes, if you out there.
Yeah, so.
We would love to have you on Ignite with Melissa and have a reunion with you and
Absolutely.
Mr. Washington.
Yeah. So, you know, just to say that, love what you do. And the guy from Slave had mentioned to me, and I did a show with them about 5-6 years ago for New Year's. And he had mentioned that you're amazing. Why are you still here? You have a style that's, it's so, he said, whatever you do, do not always, he said, funk will never die. Stick with funk.
Yeah.
Make your songs funky. I mean, just that funk gets everyone's rocking. So stay with funk, keep pushing. It's yours. It's waiting for you. He said, but you got to get out of here.
You got to get out of Dodge.
So it was amazing. It was amazing. And I've had a lot of input for meeting a lot of artists. But the main thing is don't give up.
Yes.
Don't give up. Be passionate about what you do and who you are. And be true to who you are.
Yeah.
Because people are going to always give their opinion on what you should do, how you should sing, and what you should write. And I remember this one artist who won his first Grammy, and he said, I was trying to write and perform music the way everyone told me to. And he said, I wasn't getting successful until he sang it and wrote it the way he wanted. And he was the Artist of the Year.
Yeah,
and he told that story.
Yeah.
So you have to be true to who you are, people.
Yeah, definitely.
Everyone's not going to like what you do, but hey.
Yeah, and I love how you said that because earlier on how you said when you don't get those butterflies, because I always get butterflies.
Yes.
You can always ask people all the time, like, I get so nervous, and I've done it for years. You know, newer to the show, but I do photography, and even every time I do photography, I get nervous every time I do a shoot or every time I go to do something, and it's just something that, like those nerves, but then like you said, you have that passion. It keeps you grounded. Yeah.
It keeps you
and
grounded.
You're just like, oh, so I feel the same way, because if you lose that, I feel like you've lost your love for it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true, because I performed songs for years, and you know, I had a last minute somebody called me to cover something. I said, well, I don't need to go over that song. Unless I get on stage and I'll forget the second verse.
He's like, come and talk to me.
Right. So I'm such an entertainer. You know what I do? You know what I do when I forget? I tell the guys, go ahead, give me that keyboard. Yeah, did y'all like that? It sounds so good. At the time, I'm like, what the heck is that line?
He's like, Google. Okay, drop that beat. Come on, all right.
Of course, some of my musicians know what I just done. They laugh at me like, you forgot the line, yeah.
That's a good one. Maybe that'll work for me.
Yeah,
when I
you know, like, I like that. That was really good. Hey, give me a little more keyboard on that. Did y'all like that? Yeah.
I forgot my SD card. Pose like that one more time.
Yeah. Let me look on Google. Bring up this song.
Well, yes. So it's so wonderful having you in here, and I definitely want to have you back.
Absolutely.
And you know, for everyone out there, you know, what would you like to say to encourage an artist out there, upcoming artist, someone who wants to be, you know, vocals and whatever they're doing? You know, what is something of encouragement that you can leave with them? Because I always feel like it's good when, you know, I know like there's photographers I look to, or just even people in radio and all that you always look to for inspiration. And those who are lucky enough get someone who is so genuine and so nice to give you a piece of advice. So what kind of advice would you give somebody who's trying to make it in the music industry?
Well, to those who are in the music, be it a vocal, playing an instrument, acting, whatever it is, as I said to Melissa a few minutes ago, number one, you have to be true to yourself. You got to love what you're doing, and really dig deep down and know that's you breathe it, you live it, and you have to definitely not give up on what you desire and what God has given you. If God's given you a gift, be it speaking, singing, acting, radio, be true to it.
Yeah.
And don't take advantage of it and go, okay, I don't need to do anything else. Always try to improve, to be better than you were today.
Yeah.
And look at yourself in the mirror and say, is it good enough? It's never good enough. It's never good enough, because we will learn and grow every minute, hour, and second on this earth. So what I do for me, I want to share with you people out there. Look in the mirror and tell yourself that you are worth it. And if something you love doing, don't let no one discourage you saying that you're not good enough.
Yeah.
You probably will never make it to that level. Because the first time you start thinking like that, or what they telling you, then you become negative thinkers like them. Always stay positive.
Yeah.
Always visualize yourself being here. If you want to be there, that's fine. If you want to be here, you don't know when your time's going to be.
Yeah.
Just like the story my mother reminded me, as again, I spoke on being star-search. I had forgotten that I used to come home every day, sit in front of the television, and say, Mom, I'm going to be on Star Search one day. You know,
Yeah.
and it happened when I turned 28, and there I was. Because I planted that seed.
Yes.
So people, in other words, as Melissa asked me, believe in yourself, work hard, always try to find a different way. You don't have to copy someone else. Be unique about your style. People are not what probably won't be used to it, but that's what makes things different. That will make the world go around, something different. If you're doing the same old thing that Jesse or Billy or Bobby doing, then what makes you different?
Yeah.
Create something different.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do something different with my music, and I stuck what I believed in. So.
And you are amazing, and you are a testament to everything about you and your music and your style, and so love that. And also, you know, one thing that I always say on here and throughout the show, and then you can hear it, and just reiterating, because all of my guests seem to have a same pattern, right? Is life and death are in the power of the tongue.
Absolutely.
And so always speak greatness, speak what that is, and about like what you said, like who you are, be who you are.
Absolutely.
Not with anyone else. And find those people that are going to speak life into your vision, speak life into what you're doing, to speak life into everything, you know.
Absolutely.
And you know, find those positive people, find that circle, and just even for yourself, you got to remember, even when there's no one else around you, you got to be sometimes the one to encourage yourself and push yourself up. So,
look at that girl over preaching. Go on now.
So I just wanted to say that because, you know, it's so true about our words.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people forget that, and our words do have power in them. And so always speaking those good words of life and speaking life out there and speaking what you want to happen, you know, and not downing yourself and your dreams and that. And even if it's only you encouraging yourself, at least you know you got there, and at least you know you said it.
Right. So. No one discourage you. No one discourage you in what you do. And it's tough, Melissa. I'm telling you, it's gotten tough. And you lay down, and people are like, okay, well, no. People just don't know when you're by yourself, when you're laying, going to sleep, and you're stressed out, and you're hoping this is the one. You're hoping that people love it just as much as you love it. And sometimes, ironically, something that you don't really think, you know, it's okay. That's when they really love it.
Yeah.
Because we beat ourselves up as any type of artist, singer, writer, dancer. It does not matter. We beat ourselves up. And my youngest daughter, Ariel, she's amazing. Ariel builds my website. She posts my posters. That's my baby girl. I love you. My oldest daughter, Ernesia, my grandchildren, they're beautiful. Their mom, beautiful, and it's just amazing. She's an amazing queen, and people are out there if you can get people around you that believes in you, that loves you, even when you can be a knucklehead sometimes. Stick with those people, you know. I just met Melissa today. She's an amazing person, so we're going to keep Melissa in the circle. We love Melissa's energy.
Come on!
So it's amazing. So it's beautiful, Melissa. It's a beautiful thing to have, and to be able to just see these things on TV and you be a part of it, to get your own music video. And again, Johnny from Green Room Studios shot the video. He's an amazing guy. He also is an artist as well and a musician. And I appreciate everyone's participation in making this happen, the music. Can't forget the guy who mainly produced these beats. I just had a little bit in there. Mr. Homer Rogers, man. If you're out there, man, thank you, brother. I haven't talked to Homer in a while. Any Homer's friends out there, family, tell Homer Rogers, please contact Ernest. I love you, brother. I hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for your talent. So it's amazing.
Yes, and thank you to everybody, and thank you all of you that tune in and contribute and support. And like I said, I love your music, you know, and just who you are. And again, guys, it's hard to find that genuine authenticity out there. And so when you find it, keep it. And so you better download it. You better keep it. Come on.
I don't know what that was, but
you might be his one and only with that sweet tea. Come on.
That's right. That's right.
But I just want to thank you so much for coming on today and sharing your amazing talent and who you are, and just you a whole vibe.
Come on,
you a whole vibe, King.
Let the king come out, y'all. Somebody roar.
Oh. Okay. We're about to roll it out right now.
We're about to roll it out. Another morning, you are on my mind, taking up my time throughout the day. I try controlling images I see, always you and me, that's in my dreams. And ooh, I pray you never leave. Oh, Melissa, my heart will truly grieve. Oh, the feeling's right. Ooh, baby, lie. Baby, stay with me tonight. All right. Miss Melissa, yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all, so stay tuned in. You can go online. I'm going to put that website so you guys can get connected with Ernest, and you can go download the music. It's slowly coming out. He likes to tease y'all. And who knows? You could be his one and only.
One and only.
You could be singing.
That's right.
But today he's singing to me. And so we're going to drop those links so you can go ahead and download the music. It's slowly dropping out. The full album will be out in September, and we're going to have Mr. Ernest Washington back in the studio. And I'm so excited, maybe hopefully giving us an exclusive.
You got it, boo-boo.
Okay, come on.
That's right, child. This is the place to be. And KUHS, Denver Live, worldwide streaming.
Come on.
Y'all better ask somebody.
You better, because if you don't, you just won't.
You won't. Might.
And so, again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you, Ernest, for being on. It was such an honor to have you here,
My
and
pleasure.
I'm so grateful.
Same here, Melissa. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. And thank you guys, as always, for tuning in, listening to us on the airwaves, wherever it may be, in your car, at home, at your job, because I know some of you be listening at your job. Don't get in trouble. Put those pods in your ears.
Oh, yeah.
But we thank you. And before we sign out today, I just want to remind you, if no one has told you today, you have purpose, you are loved, and you belong. So, yo king, Mr. Ernest Washington.
To everybody, you ready?
Yes.
Peace, love, and happiness.
And God bless.
God bless.
Bye, y'all.